Are these kids the next generation of rugby stars? Maybe, but their coach for the day will settle for far less, hoping these youngsters one day simply join a club. That's the ambition of the French Rugby Federation, or FFR, the body which runs the sport in France. Each year, it organises a beach rugby tour along the most popular resorts in southern France, hoping to win over new young recruits.
The idea is that this gives them a taste for the sport, and afterwards maybe they will watch a game or even play. The idea is to create a sort of dynamic. At least that's what we hope for.
The beach rugby tour costs $800,000 to run, a price organisers are happy to pay to help find the players of tomorrow. And of course, this summer could be the ideal time to boost the sport's appeal.
The people behind the beach rugby tour have three goals. One, to make beach rugby look fun. Secondly, to lure new recruits to the sport. And thirdly, attract disenchanted football fans to rugby.
If, of course, parents are winning. That shouldn't be too difficult in the case of this young mother happily watching her son run with the ball in the sand. Karine is definitely not a soccer mum, and exactly the sort of parent the French rugby authorities are targeting.
At home we do not have a football, only a rugby ball, and that's what we play with in the garden. I far prefer the spirit of rugby to football. It's a team sport and it's about fair play. In fact, there are lots of reasons I prefer rugby.
After the disastrous performance of the Sullen national football team in the recent World Cup, where players went on strike and refused to train, spoilt rich footballers are out of favour. Rugby is hoping to capitalise by picking up the pieces.
I don't know if we will see a surge in new rugby players due to this tour, but we will see positive effects in other ways, seeing people who share the same values as us. In the current tough economic times, rugby is a unifier. It's about team respect and sticking together.
Of course, rugby does suffer from an image problem of its own, that it's a rough and dangerous sport. One of the main goals of the beach rugby promotion is to overcome that image. The first step is to remove physical tackling.
Many people are scared of rugby. They think it's rough, lots of collisions, especially among the forwards. Well, there is none of that. This is an intelligent game where you try and swerve past your opponent, using all the space available and playing as a team. It's played very rapidly and there is absolutely no danger.
To try and underline that rugby is a safe game when played correctly, this new scrum machine was shown off to beachgoers. The idea is to demystify what the scrum is really like. But the machine designed for the All Blacks in New Zealand will serve another purpose: try and get future French players to be as powerful and agile as their counterparts in the Southern Hemisphere.
I think this is very interesting work that we're doing today, and we will see the benefits in a few years' time. This is a tool for today's young players that will show us its usefulness down the road.
3 years ago, France hosted the Rugby World Cup, but it was a missed opportunity. The national side lost its opening game, made the semis by the skin of their teeth, before being soundly knocked out. Excitement about the sport fizzled out. It also remains too concentrated in the southwest of France. The sad fact is, most of the people on this beach have never even touched a rugby ball before.
There are a lot of people on the beaches in summer, and we have to go and see them in order to grow. We hope they catch the rugby virus here and take it home with them. At least that is what we hope will happen.
Of course, playing with a rugby ball on warm sand is very different from running on a muddy pitch in the middle of winter. Once holidaymakers head home, organisers of this tour will really discover if they found a new generation of players or whether this game was just a fun distraction from making sandcastles.